Today in Grow a Garden, we are going to do our updated pet trading tier list. These are values pulled off of the internet, real life values. That way, if you're trading with these in public servers, you know when you're winning a trade and when you're losing a trade compared to real world values. If this sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Become part of the first 200k OGs on the channel. And let's get into the video. Starting off, we have the lobster. And the lobster, that poor thing, is all the way down in the D tier, much like many, and I mean many, of the divine pets in this game. Many of them have dropped significantly in value because you have people farming them, you have people using macros, you have people playing long hours, you have people playing on multiple accounts. So many of these not rare divine pets just plummet in value and plummet quickly. Now, the same can't be said for this red fox, who is at the very bottom of E tier. This red fox wouldn't even be on my list. Its real world value is so low, but because it's technically a divine pet and because people enjoy it, I'll keep it on the list to keep people informed. If you take your red fox and you go into a public server and you acquire anything above it in value, that's a win. Congratulations. That doesn't mean it's worth that much. It just means you're great at trading and you've done great. So the red fox, bottom of E tier, it wouldn't be on my list if it wasn't a red fox. The T-Rex, I can't believe this, has gone up slightly in value. Maybe like 1 or 2%, but it has gone up. It's at the very top of C tier. It's gone up. I don't get it. It's been going down and down and down and down and down for so long. I think what happened, because the Nihon has been completely gutted, like it has no effect anymore. Therefore, the Nihon bug has been completely depleted and destroyed. And now people aren't farming endless dinosaur eggs over and over and over using koi, using seals to get eggs back. They're not farming T-Rexes like crazy. So finally, since the demand is great because it's a T-Rex and the supply is drying up, it's finally going up in value again. And the same thing with the Spinosaurus, but we'll get to that later. Now, this one is really tricky, really tricky. The Ascended pet, according to the numbers I can find for real world values, is an A tier pet. However, people talk to me all the time. Crow, I have a hard time trading an Ascended pet for value. So you're right. It's such a niche pet. They are expensive because they're rare, but they're only needed by few people. So the demand for them is low. So the only thing keeping the value up there is the super small supply because the 0.3% on the mutation machine makes it such a rare thing. So if you have an Ascended pet, it's going to take you a long time to trade it. Be patient. If you need to accept B tier value, accept B tier value. Sometimes it's better to get out from under an asset that is hard to move than it is to hold on to it for forever and forever and forever. So it's worth this, technically, but I kind of value it down in the B tier. I'll keep it in the A tier because that's what's worth online. Moving on, the butterfly is still an A tier pet, but barely. It's not really dropping right now. It is worth that. It's worth roughly 3 dragonflies for context. And if you want to go up to a raccoon, you need 3 of these to get a raccoon value. So it's like 3 butterflies to a raccoon, 3 dragonflies to a butterfly. That's pretty much where we are right now in terms of these 3 pretty important trading assets. Common huges. Listen to me carefully. I only have 2 categories of huges. Common huges start at a butterfly. So you need to find somebody who wants your common huge, who wants your huge bunny, who wants your huge lab, who wants your huge dog, who wants your huge axolotl. But it's hard to do. Common huges are hard to trade. They're hard to trade for value. You will have more luck going into a public server and showing off your big, huge pet and having someone freak out over it than you are going into a Discord server where all the experienced sharks are. So common huges start at a butterfly in terms of real world value, but trading them is hard. Nearly as hard as trading an Ascended pet because getting value for them can be difficult. The chicken jockey. Remember the last tier list I made where the chicken jockey didn't go down that far even after we all got chicken jockeys in the game? Many of us. Yeah, it's gone. It's dead. The chicken jockey's dead. Rest in peace. It has like no value. It's not even a throw in anymore. Real world value has it right at red fox level. I'm not kidding. That's what happens when the supply increases drastically. Like we'll talk about with the corrupted kitsune much down the road. The queen bee is at the bottom of C tier in real world value. It does have value. It's still a top 15 to top 20 pet in the game, and there's more than 120, maybe 130 pets in the game now. It's still a top pet, but it's definitely down here. It's a good chunk below the Spinosaurus or the T-Rex. It's good. It's useful. Some people like them. Some people value. Unlike the age 75 pet. The category's dead. The category's dead. Don't even try. If you find someone in a public server who's like, hey, I'm trying to get my slots done. Can anyone hook me up with a age 75 pet? Sure. Have some in your back pocket. Age up some starfish, age up some random pets using Dilophosaurus or using using blood owls or whatever. Have some in your back pocket. Maybe you'll run into somebody in a public server that needs them to finish off their slots. But ultimately, they're not worth farming anymore. The dragonfly has not gone down in value. It's maintained value. Again, the Nihon bug completely destroyed. The Nihon is useless now. It's genuinely useless now. So people are no longer hatching eggs like crazy anymore. Thank you for ruining that. That was wonderful. So it is a B tier pet, but it is a good chunk removed from the top of B tier. It is at the bottom of B tier. It's about 30% more or 20% more than a T-Rex right now. Looking at my values, I got a big old list of sheet here of information I compiled. Dragonflies are useful trading chips. For example, earlier today, I wanted to pick up rainbow brontosauruses. Really specific, rainbow brontosauruses. A brontosaurus by itself is pretty worthless. Rainbow makes it more value. And I was looking for rainbow brontosauruses over a specific weight because then at level 100, they would equal 7.5% on their effect. And with 4 of those, you reach the maximum 30%. So I was looking for certain weight rainbow brontosauruses. And I knew they'd be hard to find. So I had to go into trading Discord servers to find them. And what I did was I traded, what did I trade? I traded like some butterflies or something like that and acquired a whole bunch of dragonflies. And I was like, okay, I got all this dragonflies as currency. I'll use that currency to go and get my rainbow brontosauruses. And that's worked really, really well. I acquired 1 for a single dragonfly. I had to pay 2 dragonflies for a couple of them. I can't remember what I got for the 4th. Might have been 1 again. I think I forked over like 6 dragonflies to acquire them. So sometimes having things like dragonflies that really aren't that expensive in real world value, but are great trading chips, can be useful for acquiring specific things you need down below that are really niche and hard to find. Like maybe you want to go out there and you want to find a bunch of koi because you need koi for the eggs, or you want to grab a bunch of brontosauruses, or you want to grab a bunch of bald eagles. Get some dragonflies and dangle the dragonflies in trading servers. Like, I have a dragonfly. I'm looking for like 3 or 4 of these, or 3 of these, or 2 of these. It's useful. The panda's going down in value. People are starting to realize, nobody wants this stupid thing. I know it's rare, but nobody actually wants it. They continue to go down in value. And it's not shocking, but it is going down in value. It's worth more than a dragonfly still using real world values. But in-game trade, who's honestly trading for a panda? I think this thing's going to keep on dropping. It's got a useless effect. I know it's rare, but unless there's an achievement to own one, I don't see anyone wanting them that much. It keeps dropping in value. The golden goose is a cooked bird. It is genuinely worth less than a red fox online in real world value. Worth less than a red fox. That is how hard it was farmed. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Not only was it farmed hard, it also has a useless effect. So if you have a golden goose and somebody offers you like a T-Rex or a queen bee or a dragonfly or anything of value on public servers, take it and run. It's not worth that much at all. You can disagree with me. Those are the real world values. I'm just trying to make sure that you don't get scammed. If you're trying to trade for a golden goose and somebody wants your dragonfly, just move along, go to a different server and find someone else. The Spriggan is a C tier pet and I don't know why. I mean, it has a bloom mutation, but I'm pretty sure there's a bloom spray. I don't know. That's where it is right now in the real world value. I don't agree with it, but that's where it is. We'll see if it stays there. I think it's going down. The fennec fox will not go down in real world value. Not only will it not go down in real world value, quickly, it's going down a little bit. It is now 25% separated from the butterfly. 25% difference. I'm a little bit shocked by that number. It used to be much closer, but there's 25% in value difference between them now. The mimic! People have been asking me, Kro, is the mimic going to go up? Getting the paradise egg is really hard now. It's only in a small shop that's only available once in a blue moon. It's hard to acquire now. Is mimic going up? And so far it's been no, no, no. Today it is yes. It has gone up a little bit. The mimic octopus is still like super close to the dragonfly. They're like a fraction of a percent different. They're neck and neck. Like they're both right there. So they're still viable, but it is trending up for the first time, which is crazy. I think 3 pets have been trending up. The Spinosaurus, the T-Rex, and the Mimic are trending up, where other things are trending down. It's really crazy. Blood Hedgehog, useful, down at the bottom of C tier. I would take it off, except it has more value than my cutoff line. I have a real world value cutoff line where I don't include pets, unless there's specific pets like the golden goose and people just need to know with the 875 pet, they're below my cutoff line. Actually, everything in the E tier is basically below my cutoff line. So if it's an E tier pet, I wouldn't have it on this list. It's equal to the other pets, the bulk ones in the game. But because they're useful and people like them, or they're famous or they're popular or whatever, I keep them there to let y'all know. A perfect example of this is the French fry ferret. This French fry ferret is below my cutoff line. It's worth less than the red fox. Unless you have a 2 kilogram plus one and you've got rainbow on it, people will trade for that. People will trade for that because a 2 kilogram plus one with rainbow on it, people want to throw those into a field with a 15-second peacock and spam the ability. So that one has value. So if you have a heavy one, valuable. You put rainbow on it, you got some value there. But a regular one, nah, they're not. They're bulk. Bulk, just like this cooked owl. Even to this day, it's so long since they first came out, nobody wants them. Disco Bee. Unlike the discussion I had with a person on the Dawn Discord server who insisted that the Disco Bee was trash and he couldn't trade it, nobody wanted it. I don't know what he was doing. Internet real-world value, it is still an exceptional bet. The Disco Bee is worth significantly more than Fennec Fox. We're talking 40 to 50% more than the Fennec Fox. It's still worth 25% more than an Ascended pet. It is worth double, more than double. It is more than double a butterfly. It is 2 butterflies to a Disco Bee, 3 butterflies to a raccoon, and 3 dragonflies to a butterfly. That's the relationship there. Disco Bee is still popular. People will be like, oh, but we get the disco mutation on weekends all the time, and my T-Rex spreads it. So what's the point of a Disco Bee? Doesn't matter what you think. The internet thinks it is still worth that, and people are buying it at that value because it is scarce and because of price memory. If you don't know what price memory means, go to Google, search the word price memory. It is an economical term. You'll understand when you read it. Blood owls are barely above my cutoff in value. They are really useful for the casual player to level up their pets. For example, I have right now in my garden 4 rainbow blood owls at level 100, leveling up my brontosauruses, and I put medium treats on the brontosauruses, and they're getting 20 XP per second. Okay? In 10 seconds, that's 200 XP. In 100 seconds, which is a bit just over a minute, it's 2,000 XP. It's a crazy rate. And that's only with 4 of these guys, plus the medium treats on the pets I'm doing. Because I need to level up those 4 brontosauruses to 100. And I'm busy on my main garden right now. So rainbow blood owls are really, really good. Regular blood owls are less good, but they're still above my cutoff. The Spinosaurus is going up. It's moving up in the world. It's still not in the A tier. There's still a 30% gap between the butterfly and the Spino. The Spino's trending up. It's very, very useful. It's no longer being hatched like crazy. Thank you, Nihon Nerf. So now people are desiring it. The demand is starting to outstrip the supply. It's nice. The junk bot is right at the top of my cutoff for, right at the bottom, just beneath the cutoff for like value pets. But because everyone got it in the admin event, people are curious about its value. Yeah, it's a bulk pet. Trade it for whatever you want to trade it for. It's a bulk pet. It has no actual like real world value. Now we're going to get into some of the newer pets in the game. Many of them we received from the admin mutations of the past Saturday, as well as the Griffin from the most recent chest. We're going to talk about those next. The Apple Gazelle is in the C tier. It does have some value. People are interested in it. It hasn't plummeted as far as I thought it was going to. I didn't like any of its effects, so I thought it had little value. But so far, according to real-world values, it is right there in the C tier. The Griffin has been farmed into the dirt. It is below my cutoff in value. It's really unfortunate. I love the Griffin. I think it's my favorite looking pet. I want a huge one, even though I'm pretty sure it's impossible. I like it, but it doesn't have any real-world value. The Peach Wasp has just under Dragonfly value. I guess because it applies, what was it, Plasma? It's right there. And that's what it is. Maybe I didn't look at enough websites, but from what I could find, it's right there. And I'm shocked. The Green Bean is also here in this range beneath the T-Rex. It's still like 20% beneath the T-Rex, but it's right here, very equal in value to the Spriggan and to the Apple Gazelle. The Gnome, I can't figure it out. I think so few are in circulation overall that all the websites I looked at didn't have a real world value for them. So I'm going to leave it at the bottom of the list for the first time ever. I'm putting a pet and I'm leaving it off the list because I genuinely don't know where to place them. The one website I could find had it up here. And I looked at that and I was like, no, It was actually closer to the Disco Bee. I was like, no, it's not worth a Disco Bee. And then I looked at other sites and they didn't have any listed. So I'm going to leave it off. Don't trade them away just yet. Okay. We don't know what it's worth. Just hold on. If you have one, hold on to it for now. Unless someone offers you a Disco Bee, then take it, I guess. The Lemon Lion, unlike everyone who screams at me in the comments, decries, is below the cutoff in terms of real world value. If you love Lemon Lime and you love the mutation it gives you, congratulations. But real world value, it has none. It's below my cutoff for being worthy of this list. As such, if someone in your public server goes, oh, I love the Lemon Lion, I want the mutation, here's my T-Rex. Take the T-Rex and run. Take anything above it on this list and run, because it's not got any value. Unlike the raccoon, who was our first S-tier pet. I need to warn you all about raccoons. They've been trending down for 3 lists straight. I personally, okay, if you're one of the few people who watches the video and doesn't just skip to the end, you're going to get some really good knowledge here, okay? Ready for the knowledge? Here's the knowledge. I have spent the past 48 to 72 hours doing high-end trading. What do I mean by high-end trading? I'm talking about trading for pets worth 10 to 15 raccoons plus. I'm talking about real expensive pets. 15-second huge peacocks. I acquired 2 of them. I'm talking about rainbow hatch Dilophosaurus. If you know, you know. I'm trading for among the top end of the game. Not the tippy top where is the rainbow Fernando mimic. Not that level. But I'm trading at the top of the level of the game. And in all of my experience attempting to acquire multiple 15-second peacocks and multiple rainbow hatch Dilophosaurus of a decent size, I grabbed one at 2.7 kilograms, 2.6 kilograms, and then I had a 1.6 kilogram throw-in for a rainbow hatch Dilophosaurus. In my experience doing that, nobody wanted raccoons. Everyone is scared of the dupes freezing the raccoons in their inventories. So no one was trading for raccoons. There's a reason why they're going down in price the past 3 weeks. People are scared because if they receive the raccoon, and 24 hours later, like, oh, I can't trade it again, they just lose money. They just lose value. They just lose the pet. It just sits in their inventory. I personally have 6 raccoons duped, frozen into my inventory. I can't trade them. They're stuck there for forever. So it's going down. So weeks ago, I would talk about things being worth raccoons. It's not the trade currency anymore. The trade currency is the red kitsune, because the odds of it being duped seem to be far, far less greater. I have yet to have a red kitsune be stuck in my inventory. So red kitsunes are currently worth roughly a bit more than 2 racks. A red kitsune, let me double check here. The red kitsune is worth slightly more than 2 raccoons. It's basically 2 raccoons and a dragonfly in value. That's the difference between them. But the red kitsune is still slowly going down, very slowly going down, because people are still hatching them. People had like 5,000 Zen eggs and they take time to hatch. So we're going to be hatching them for another like 90 days. You know what I mean? People are still going to be hatching Zen eggs. So that's the only thing, because the demand for red kitsune is high, but we're slowly still adding to the supply. It's the reason why it hasn't jumped up in price and the reason why it hasn't gone down in price, because the demand is still there. So the red kitsune is the new high-end trading piece. The raccoon, the high-end community is afraid of trading. Useful if you have an expensive plant, but shekels are losing value. I don't know what's going on with the raccoon. I don't see it slowing down, going down anytime soon. It used to only go up. It's going down. After that, meta-huges. If you know, you know. Meta-huges. What's a meta-huge? 15-second peacock is a meta-huge. 15-second mimic octopus is the meta-huge. 20-second sea turtles are meta-huges. On and on and on. Those are meta-huges. They are the most expensive things in the game. They require multiple kitsunes. Huge divine pets require multiple kitsunes. Like a huge, I traded a huge Spinosaurus for basically, I think it was 1, 2, 3, for like 7 or 8 kitsune worth of value, because it's a huge Spinosaurus. It's insane, right? I have a huge T-Rex, a descendant. It's worth multiple kitsunes in value. That's the high end in things, because huge divines are super, super rare. So meta huges and divine huges are super rare. Anything between the meta huge and the common huge, I have no idea. I have no idea what they're worth. Common huges, I can quickly Google and tell you, yeah, common huges are worth a butterfly. And then meta huges, I know what they're worth because I've been trading in that market for the past 72 hours. Anything in between do your own research. You're trading at the top of the market. Go into Discord servers and start asking people who are selling what you have. Ask them how much for their thing. If you have, let's make up a number. If you have a huge toucan. If you have a huge toucan and you want to know what's worth, go into a Discord server, search for the word huge toucan, find someone selling a huge toucan, offer him a dragonfly. He'll say no. Offer him a butterfly. He'll probably say no. Offer him, then start increasing your offers until he says yes. And then say, sorry, I changed my mind, and leave. Boom. You know how much that person was willing to part with their huge for. And that's how you get to feel for what your things are worth. And the huge corrupted kitsune is worthless. It's worthless. And the golden goose is a perfect reason or perfect explanation as to why the corrupted kitsune is worthless. Same with a ferret fox. It's worth pretty much at cooked owl level. The corrupted kitsune was farmed so heavily that it's pretty much worthless. Did you guys see the chicken jockey? Remember the chicken jockey used to be up here by the T-Rex and now it's down here? Why? We got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them for free. They flooded the market. So therefore, supply shot up, demand stayed the same, price plummets. That's what happened with the corrupted kitsune. Supply shot up. It just is what it is, guys. This is my value list. Listen to me carefully. If you skip the video, I have one important message to tell you. This list is made off of real world value. Okay? So if you're not trading on Discord servers, if you're trading on public servers, sure, your corrupted kitsune could go and get a T-Rex in a trade because it's public servers, you can do that. But understand, you're trading something that is worthless in real world value for something that has value in real world value. So you trading your corrupted kitsune for the T-Rex doesn't mean it's worth a T-Rex. It just means you made a good trade. Okay? This list is real world values. Use that when going into public servers to try and increase from the things down there or the things not on this list to moving up the list, moving up the world of real world values. Okay? Hopefully this is useful to you. If it is, go ahead and comment down below and let me know what you think. Hit subscribe, become part of the first 200K OGs. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.